And so it begins. Round one of the 2024 NCAA Men's Lacrosse Tournament, and we begin in Charlottesville. St. Joe's, the A-10 champion, descends on Klockner Stadium on a 12-game win streak. The 6th seed and host Virginia. And it's Anthony Gobriel, the Navy transfer for Virginia. Ben Ware comes away with the initial ground ball. Normally, Virginia, from a size and physicality standpoint, has an advantage over every opponent. St. Joe's, one of the few teams in the country that can match Virginia with its size, and they get the first score. And one Marylander.
Hawk fans are here, and this starts with the ride. Noon's handling off the turnover, and you see the empty net at the far end of the field. It's a deep zone 10-man ride. He tries to throw the ball to Millen, the attackman, and it's picked off. Now at the other end, it's Reich, who's known for his wheels, gets leverage from middle of the field with a lefty dagger.
Ryan Colsey now, it's Griffin Schutz. Schutz draws a flag, fires on the run, beats Tommy Gross. We're tied at 1, a little juice on the Virginia sideline.
Natural grass surface, rain yesterday, the women's team played. The field's in great shape, but you're going to see some slippage. And Schutz, who's a bulldozer. This is a guy who goes to the goal hard.
So they take advantage of the extra man on the face-off. On the doorstep, slam dunk Payton Cormier.
North of 50% on the season. This is just simple. There's not even ball rotation. Millen carries up, throws back to Boyd. Cormier crashes the far post. You need that backside defender to get down to the post, and if your goaltender, Tommy Gross, you too can help pick off that pass. St. Joe's will mix man and zone. They start this off in man-to-man D.
Cormier spins it to Menke, second midfield in there. Now Joey Terenzi. Terenzi with a bouncer, 3-1 Virginia.
Early in the year to now playing on the second midfield, but this is the play on the clear that gets it done. You talk about a strong season. Ben Ware has been awesome off the ground and causing turnovers.
3 goals in 2 minutes and 20 seconds for Virginia. And their timing on their double team is what's made this ride so good. Anderson, the all-time point scorer at St. Joe's. Feeds the middle, shot and a score.
Because you're actually covering Carter Page here. But you just give him a fraction and an inch inside. He is so skilled with that right hand. He's going to catch in traffic.
From the far side, that one hits the turf. Matt Nunes got a piece of it. Burt tumbled, Kastner.
That are identical, where Nunes is forcing that ball into a bad area.
1 for 4, clearing the ball for Virginia. Getting top side and finishing.
To bite Virginia, you know, you rep this all week, and then you got to get a sense of what it's going to look like. Nunes throws that ball. The St. Joe player comes out of the box at the other end. Eccleston just using his size at 6'4", 208. Bully on bully. This fight's going 15 rounds.
Yeah. Anderson finds a cutting Eccleston, turned away by Nunes.
We've got to change fields.
St. Joe's, their man-down defense, allowing a goal less than 20% of the time. But Virginia's 2 for 2 today. Schutz with his second.
Schutz steps in from distance, and this NCAA tournament is off to a fast start.
Cormier camped in the middle. They are swarmed around 24. Schellenberger from X. Snakes and stings.
He's played aggressively by the shorty, who then loses his edge, and he just gains a step and he's gone. Poof, see ya. Whether this is a zone or a man, St. Joe's is slow to go, and Schellenberger takes that extra step to greatness. As now you're in their 10-man.
Kastner thought about it. Intercepted. Another turnover. St. Joe's gets it back. You can go over and back in the first 20 seconds of the shot clock. Anderson now.
They're clearing at 20%, Anish.
Yeah, a team that came in clearing at 92%, third in the nation. Save Nunes. Low shot and a score. It's the redshirt freshman, the A-10 rookie of the year, Jesse Jason.
He's only a sophomore. He got a little playing time at the end of last year. Starts with a failed clear, another botched clear. Virginia's just not seeing the passing lanes. And here's this uncommon speed. Stutter step, step away, defender lunges, and then he turns the corner left-handed. Over the head check's not there. You got to body up Jesse Jason. He's going to beat you with speed.
Gets the pick from Boyden. McIntosh swivels down the alley, plays it back to Cormier. Gross with a big save. Schellenberger off the rebound. Feet in front, knocked down by Virch. His head coach, Taylor Ray, said Levi Virch using that big body. There's the double. Cormier retreats over to Terenzi. Boyden skips to Cormier from the outside. That's Payton's place on the right wing.
Playing catch up top, they run the weave. Defense just sags in just enough to give him enough leeway to plant and let it rip.
Exceptionally well in this opening quarter. 6-4 Virginia. Fast-paced game, end-to-end action, big save Nunes, and the Hawks in the crease. Bomer, the four-time captain. Mallory working on Burt. Draws the double. Weyer got his stick on it.
Weyer's having a monster game, 44 and white. And they got
comes
numbers.
George Fulton. Over to Wills Burt. Back to Fulton. He'll fire, and he missed it wide. Boyden's got the backup. Millen isolating Garn. Redshirt sophomore from Illinois. Millen accelerates. Toward the cage. Skip pass. Shuts. He's got two already. Save. Gross. Off the rebound. The Hawks take it. Final 20 seconds. Virginia now with its ride. Gone. Gets rid of it.
Whoa!
Bodies colliding. Middle of the field. It's Ragnarok on the lacrosse field. Flag down. Two-man advantage. Nunes with a huge save on the doorstep. Makes another one. Third try. St. Joe's gets it.
Cavalier defense, talk it over. It's a four-man rotation. They're in a box or a diamond, but it was one save, two saves, three times a charm.
We mentioned the Canadian flavor for St. Joe's. Box lacrosse.
Nunes does a great job there, Nish, moving his body. He resets and locates. Second save, another masterful one. What are you going to do the third time? They're just ragging the clock. Now we're even.
Millen wheels it to Schellenberger. Feet in front, Boyden taps it in.
He triggers it to Schellenberger, eyes are up, it's a simple little cut inside. Cormier goes one way, Boyden loops around it. The catch and finish, layup. St. Joe's got off to that slow start. I think they came into the year with a lot of notoriety. Colsey to Millen. Shelley the backup. And they lost to BU, a game that Kark watched and told us they were still dangerous. The following week they lost to Duke, no big deal, but then they lost to Towson. They've rattled off 12 straight wins. Duke and Towson both in the NCAA tournament, and they played Duke tough for about a half. Schellenberger playing hangman. Feet in front, that's too easy for Cormier. Because if he's uncovered behind the net, this hangman said, this just does not have a happy ending for the Hawks. Cormier positions himself inside, he gains some leverage. Again, there's a defender standing right next to him doing nothing. Way too easy. It's not like Virginia's bombing from the outside. Schellenberger wants it over to Cormier. Powers it home. 4 in the opening half for Payton Cormier. In the country. Tuesday night's PLL draft. Virginia has a watch party. Connor Schellenberger's taken second overall. Cole Castor's taken by the California Redwoods. Cormier watched all night and his name wasn't called. And so Taylor shows up on campus as an attackman. Banky face dodge. Cormier save Gross. Yeager ball.
Millen against Clemens, turns the corner, and got a piece of the goalie Gross. Wait. Schellenberger against the 6'7" Quinn. It's like facing Kastner in practice. Shot clock at 3. At 2, Colsey gets topside.
A superb sophomore season, the lefty from Ridgefield, Connecticut. Dad Roy, a legend for the Syracuse Orange, and he knows it. He's got the clock in his head. He realizes that time is not on his side, and so he pushes to get to his strong hand. Better fundamentals and shape by this Virginia defense.
Anderson, a third-round pick in the PLL draft, taken by the Redwoods. Slip and slide from X. Low shot and a score.
The shot clock, they're patient, they attack at multiple angles. Eccleston loses his edge, no big deal. But Virginia's defense is rotating. You see the go right there, and behind it, Chismar's just a second late.
Now Terenzi, two-way player. Cormier spins around, pretzels out of trouble, shoots, scores. 5 in the first half for Payton Cormier.
Use the spin move. The ball movement, you got the approach. He spins right around it. Then he's got the strength to power through the tail end of that hook check right there. Look at the defensive stick. He actually has 2 hands on his stick, Payton does. Releases the top hand, re-engages, and then shoots. You talk about strength, power, and skill.
Cavaliers the 6th seed. St. Joe's champions in the A10, looking to get one before halftime. Instead of turnover, 5 seconds to go. Yeager bombs it downfield. And time expires. Gavantai and Gobriel. And the Navy transfer comes away with the faceoff. Virginia will play it back. St. Joe's goes into its ride. And Weyer had it across, had it trail checked away. This is what made St. Joe so good in the opening quarter, but Virginia recovers, and Payton Cormier ties the school record for most goals in a season. That is number 61, matching Xander Dixon's mark from a year ago.
Weyer carries in with confidence. All of a sudden, the ball's dislodged. He goes for it. Watch him make this move now. The first-time grounder from St. Joe's misses it. He's able to get his stick on it and flip it to Cormier. He should get credit for an assist here. This is just an incredible play of tenacity and stick-to-itiveness, and then having the dexterity to flip it to Cormier.
Shots anvils down the alley, back to Schellenberger. 4 points in the first half. 3 helpers looking for Colsey. Pass off the mark. Millen able to recover. Runs out of an angle. Skip pass. Cormier face down. Shot. Score. That's 7. He's now Virginia's single-season goals leader with 62, and he ties Mac O'Keefe's all-time record with 221 career goals.
He's got great head and shoulder fakes. You see the face dodge on the perimeter. Re-triggers here, sets up his feet, and finds net.
And Quint, this was a game seen by many with upset potential. Kastner stick breaks. He's got to run off. Man advantage right now for the time being. Waters scores. St. Joe's takes advantage of the Saturday yard sale in Charlottesville.
Yard sales in Charlottesville. This shot by Waters is gorgeous. Lefty rip over the top. You see the straight overhand release to the offside hip placement. That's a turn and rake.
13-7. This was a 6-4 game after 1 quarter. And at that point, it looked like St. Joe's could go the distance with Virginia.
We got injuries. We got
Levi Anderson looking to get on the board. Gets free, and the twister gets him home.
Assistant coaches draw this one up, and they get the ball to Levi up in that top area, and he's able to run downhill. The set effectively pulls Virginia's double team away from that entire left side.
Menke, Terenzi getting run on the midfield. Millen running out of the box. With Boyden down at attack. Millen gets free, goes low.
Who'd want to miss this on a beautiful day? If Millen's going to run out of the midfield, Anish, the question is, does he deserve to be covered by the long pole? And I think that answer is yes. I think he can short Terenzi. I think he can short guys like McIntosh, Corey.
Flag down. That's a bailout. Schellenberger peeks at the shot clock. It hits the post. Schellenberger over to the wing. Cormier has the all-time goals record in Division I men's lacrosse.
ISO shot. Look at his feet. He's shot ready when he receives that. It's a great tip for young players. You see how he was not square to the ball, but he was kind of sideways? That way he could catch that in one motion. He's already plant ready. The weight shift from the back foot to the front foot. So much of his power and torque comes from his hands. Playing man-to-man defense. I haven't seen a better LSM performance this season.
Millen to Boyden. Gross got a stick on it. Rebound loose. Picked up by St. Joe's.
And Fulton closes ground enough to impact the shot.
Nice move behind the back. No! How do you challenge that if you're St. Joe's? That looked close.
He's 1-1.
Best stat man in lacrosse. Bomer, top side, Nunes denies it. Flag down.
Not that he's large or anything, he's just a good eater.
2nd and 9. Tommy McNeil kicks it forward. Gets a hip check from Virch. Bergman shovels it. Now Fulton. Out of bounds, Schellenberger gets free upstairs.
Klockner is rocking. What's the DNA of the Virginia program? What's it's always been for the last decades? Ground ball play. Ground balls win games. Ground balls create transition. Schellenberger, the split. What a nasty move, right to left. Woo!
The 2nd overall pick in the PLL draft.
What are the proprietary angles that it creates?
Eccleston stared down by Nunes for Lars Tiffany's first title in Charlottesville.
Alex's success.
St. Joe's able to get one back. It's 16-9.
Tailgating when I pulled in here at 9:30 this morning. A lot of excitement. Coach Taylor Ray and this program dominating the Atlantic 10, rolling into Charlottesville. Lehigh, winners of 6 straight. Towson, hot streak. Michigan, hot streak. Towson, 9 straight wins.
St. Joe's made the trip from Hawk Hill, having won.
Princeton later today on a hot streak.
How about the long pole dodging a double? Whalen gives it up. Virch, the takeaway artist. Virginia riding. Should have been a flag.
Gross got slashed on the first one. I could hear it up from here.
Michigan, Denver to follow. Maryland, Princeton to cap Saturday. Wills Burt backpedaling, hits the ground, no flag. St. Joe's able to ride it back.
Tenon White's an important piece of this defense going forward. Look, as the temperature heats up, Virginia's not only going to be able to just rely on Yeager and Chismar.
Page. The hat trick for Carter Page.
When a shooter drops his stick down to the earth like this and skims this ball, it's just Telegraph City. It's a low release to a low shot. Here it is, low release, low shot.
Wins the face-off, takes a hit. Chismar on the counter. Weyer back to Chismar. LSM to D. Mitty for the tally.
He applied to Virginia on his own as a student, got in, and basically is a walk-on on this lacrosse team as an attackman. Well, guess what? His role is anything but an attackman now. He's become this team's heart and soul, really a heartbeat of this team in terms of his energy plays, his toughness.
He averages 6 a game in the tournament for his career. One of the most storied in Cavaliers history.
Zone from the Hawks.
McIntosh behind the back, body save Gross. Omer got the hand free.
Maryland, watch him run through this stick check. Watch the courage it takes right here in the corner, right there. I mean, you got to be tough, man. This game will challenge you. You know you're going to pay the price in their double teams and recoveries.
Waters, another Canadian, 17 in crimson.
What you saw last week in Charlotte was a good stop by Nunes. What you saw in Charlotte was real.
Will come to an end. St. Joe's 12-game win streak will come to an end. The return of Jurassic Park, the long poles for Virginia, gave this vaunted St. Joe's attack all they could handle. Ben Weyer, Mitchell Whalen, Cole Kastner, Fulton, Schroeder. They did the work on the defensive end. Schellenberger, his usual brilliant self, and Payton Cormier with an afternoon to remember. Cormier, in Virginia's first-round win, broke UVA's single-season goals record. He broke the NCAA's all-time goals record, and he set the Virginia single-game record with 8 goals.